I believe these may be new styrofoams, some of them, in comparison to the last room tour. I was pretty active within the Community Senior Center over this summer. These are styrofoam cups I got in order to fill them up with water from the water fountain that's in the lobby area near it, the hallway near it. And I believe I filled some of those cups with coffee too. The majority of them, I believe. I now have 2 laptops that I currently use. Me and my dad got this laptop at a pawn shop, and I now currently actively playing Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms and Iron Rage. This would be a good lanyard for my most recent Brockport ID, if it still had that component that actually holds it. I redeemed the tickets I got at the Clubhouse Fun Center, formerly Adventure Landing, for these prizes. I somehow accidentally ripped this old sheet here and got it a bit dirty. One model. Oh yeah, that's the wristband who each participant was given. I got that as part of my volunteering. I put it in my pocket during one of my days of volunteering and accidentally brought it home, but it was just a piece of paper that was used to store information. And also, this styrofoam was from a package in the expansion room. I believe it was packaging to some piece of equipment. I believe the equipment had already been set up, so the box was pretty much empty, save for the styrofoam. So Robin, the person who basically coordinated all of my volunteering, well, the vast majority of it, for both movie nights, it was Addison who coordinated the volunteering. Robin allowed me to take this styrofoam home. This is the case Mom has had me using during my BSG training. These are the bags I've been using to carry this stuff that I'm using for the BSG training. This was passed out at the beginning of the Robert Rules snack mix activity, where we practiced Robert's rules of parliamentary procedure to create a snack mix. We didn't really make much of a snack mix because one of the motions was to basically let everyone have whatever snacks they wanted, essentially. It tastes nice and sweet. This bottle is still full, still has plenty of the multivitamin. But this is empty, and so is this, except for, I believe, something that's a stool softener. This is for the baseball game I attended. This is the Seabreeze ticket Robin gave me. And I still have yet to go to Seabreeze on that day. Today is the 18th, and it's pretty close to midnight, around 10:30, because today I had a pretty lengthy battle in washing my mini fridge after my mom used chemicals in an effort to clean up my mini fridge. I believe it was a roughly hour-long battle using paper towels, toilet paper when I ran out of paper towel, a cooking pot because I believe the shelf that made up the bottom to the freezing unit, it had a large volume of chemicals. So I poured it into the cooking pot and took the cooking pot outside to the green garbage bin and poured it into there. The bin is already out in the curb. And I took the cooking pot and put it into the sink to wash it with warm water and dish detergent. And I also washed my hands and my feet, and by the time I took the cooking pot out, I had actually taken my rainbow tie-dye Crocs off. And I used one of the kitchen chairs to keep the door open, and I had to knock the chair out of the way with the mini fridge when I dragged it outside so I could spray it down with our garden hose. And then I kind of dragged the mini fridge back in the house after washing it down with the hose. I suspect that the mini fridge has wheels somehow. It was surprisingly easy to move. The vast majority of the old Lego army is now in the basement. I believe I found this Canadian penny, but this is where I've been storing them. I've pretty much only just now realized this. I mean, I think I always subconsciously knew that there was some place where he had put a lot of Canadian pennies, but I wasn't subconsciously aware of where it was. I'm glad to have found it, though. These are the new sort of magazines for the Community Senior Center. This image, this is me right here in the image. And in that image, I'm wearing a Kaepernick jersey. I am very favorable towards Kaepernick, not only for the anthem protest, but he also did a PSA against distracted driving. According to what happened when I got a Louisville Slugger at the August 1st baseball game I attended, they don't seem to do this promotion anymore. I was planning on having a lot of Louisville Sluggers so that I could get on the Hot Dog Hall of Fame. For essentially filling that card out. But I guess that's something that'll have to be thought on in the future, maybe. My dad got me these posters, though they don't reflect me as much as the photos I've gotten, the framed photos I've gotten at the Cornhill Festival. These images reflect me much more than these images. I am humbled by the fact that I have been given the opportunity to be a senator for the Brockport student government. And I am currently thinking of potentially starting a club within the Brockport student government, focusing on the program Beyond. It could be called the Beyond Club, though Beyond might be a trademark since that's the name of the program I use to make the Dan Hamming series. So maybe I'll have to name it something else, and obviously not use the Beyond logo, or at least draw it instead. After all, it's important to respect Beyond's copyrights, since they're the ones who created the program. They have every right to it, it seems. I'm hoping that when the legacy video maker is retired, somehow we'll still be able to use the old Flash-based themes. I'm hoping that somebody will be able to convert them to HTML5 and make them compatible with the Vyond Studio. I believe, in regards to the 98th Dan Hamming, I have gotten to the last scenes. I am currently planning on a September 1st release, and if I finish the episode itself before then, I will work on more upcoming episodes. American Red Cross. I am currently eligible to donate blood and hope to do so on the 23rd at CSC. Oh, this looks like an ID, but it's really just a gift card. Still pretty useful, though. I believe this is from when I was in pre-K or kindergarten. According to the date, this is from 2005, when I was either 5 years old or 6 years old, though it is more likely when I was 5 years old, since I am still 19 years old. It is 2019, and I will still be 19 until November 4th. Until November 4th, the last 2 digits of the current year reflect my current age. Until I am 100, then it will be the last 3 digits of the current year. This is not the Ronald McDonald doll I used to make the old Ronald McDonald series. That doll is much more scuffed up because I originally made around 200 episodes using a flip share, but something happened to the laptop in which I stored those 200 episodes, and most of the episodes were lost. Either lost or extremely well hidden. Then again, I haven't really made much of an effort to retrieve them. There is one exclusive one on Facebook that hasn't been uploaded to my YouTube channel, though I haven't really thought much on making an effort to record the Facebook exclusive episode and upload it to my YouTube channel. The Ronald McDonald series is pretty ancient history. I believe it is from 2011, when I was 11 years old and before I had even started my current YouTube channel. This is a bottled water that was provided either at the BSG office or at Union 220 via a trolley cart that I helped move. because I wanted to do that. Now, this is my wallet that contains various gift cards. This is a raincoat Mom suggested that I bring because it was pretty cool and cloudy when she drove me today to BSG training, though by the time it was over it was hot and sunny, and I was very tempted to stay in the shade, so I did so for at least some of the time between me leaving after the training and Mom pulling in to take me back home. Mom made chicken for dinner today, though I didn't really want the chicken much, so I figured that my mom and my sister would appreciate it more, and I instead had what you see in tonight's My Dinner: Vermont mac and cheese frozen dinner. There is actually a third laptop right here. It's an old one that I believe was given to me. I believe that one was repaired. My dad repaired that because there was some kind of defect with the battery, specifically the point in which the charging dock, I believe, got it repaired at a repair shop. I just haven't really attempted to turn it on because, well, already 2 laptops, although that laptop in particular could contain information that I'm interested in, such as stories I found online that may no longer be available online. Before I established this bag, this section was considerably more cluttered. It still is a bit cluttered, but I established this bag to put recyclables in, or really more specifically recyclables with a deposit so that I could return them at Wegmans. These are bags that I brought home from my dorm room but never really took out. I believe they spent some time in the living room before I brought them up here to clear out the living room. During today's training at the BSG office, I was granted permission to take a pen, and I left that pen in one of the pockets to the gray pair of shorts I wore to the BSG training today. Though I took that pen out and left it downstairs in, I believe, the kitchen because of washing up the mini fridge. To this day, I am not sure how. There used to be a lot of stuff on this wall, this area of the wall. I'm not sure how it all got taken down. Perhaps, maybe my mom took it down as in an effort to clean my room up. But then again, this stuff is still up. Perhaps maybe I took it down voluntarily, either because maybe there was some kind of problem with that area of the wall. I'm not sure. I could always start a new Ronald McDonald series with either this Ronald McDonald doll here or the one I used for the old series, though that's pretty low on the priority list. There's not much information in this composition book. And I am hoping to learn how to drive eventually, although there is considerable interest in developing self-driving cars, and whether or not the first car, I don't care so much as whether it's driverless or not, although it would be convenient if it were driverless. But more important is that the car be zero emissions, or at least electric, or at least a hybrid, so as to reduce the impact driving has on our environment. Although considerable time has passed, aside from what has been discussed, my room hasn't really changed that much. It still has the bed I showed last time, and I would specifically like to point out the Ben & Jerry's carton. I deliberately left it there for that long because I had been putting off doing a room tour for considerable time, and I think the fact is that I'm about to start my junior year at college is probably what's caused me to do it tonight. I believe that in the morning tomorrow, my dad will pick me up to move me in to my college dorm at Eagle Hall. And I point out the Ben & Jerry's ice cream carton because I support their message in support of the BLM movement. The movement's message is about racial equality and in furtherance of the civil rights era of Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. This book in particular I have fond memories of, though I haven't read the stories within them in considerable time. In fact, I haven't looked at any of these books in considerable time, despite the fact that I have memories with all of them. These birthday mugs are now pretty valuable, since Adventure Landing is now the Clubhouse Fun Center. And also, I believe I got this Ninja Cherry Cup at a BSG event, or some kind of Brockport affiliated event, though I could be wrong, since there was one time in which Kona Ice, there was one time where I randomly spotted a Kona Ice truck after returning bottles at Wegmans. And also concerts at my sister's old school. But these days, I think the vast majority of Kona Ice truck trips are from Brockport.